time today, dude?
Always have time. Why?
Because I got hella time today. I'm pissed. I'm heated.
Well, let me look at my wrist. I got time today.
All right, let me tell you. Since you got
Shout out
time,
Moneybag Yo.
hey, since you got time, I'm gonna talk to you about some things. Sorry, I'm coming off so hot right off the gate, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where do men get off? Pause.
Wherever she says.
Hey, dude, I had a point to make. I thought you were gonna be committed with me. You're all.
Wait, what? You thought it was gonna be what?
Don't run. I said the
You
C
thought it was
word.
gonna be what?
I said the C word. Don't run.
Okay, I'm making sure, bro. You already know how I am with that word.
I just want to know where men get off. Can you guys answer that question,
In the comments.
please? Because I saw some blasphemous shit this weekend. Or
What'd you see?
it was this weekend, and also I guess the week prior. But nonetheless,
What?
where do these fucking nerds that probably have nothing going for themselves have the nerve to get off and tell these girls on OnlyFans, "Hey, have fun working at McDonald's now"?
Oh, bro, it's such.
I genuinely got fucking. Mad.
We're immediately jumping into the podcast. My name's Adam. That is Arturo sitting right there. We are very angry at this, and we stand up for sex workers. Sex workers are people too, and that is a job. That is the oldest profession. Go ahead, continue.
Heaven's Demons Podcast, episode 14. Hey, please comment, like, subscribe.
Comment, like, subscribe, and we've stood firm on this. We support OnlyFans women.
Hey, even back to the
Content creators.
Hey, even back to the DNA days.
Mm-hmm.
We stood firmly. You know, hey, you knew where we stood.
Hey, and I'll be honest with you. Regardless of your religion, if you subscribe to Christianity, Catholicism, Jesus was a carpenter.
Yes,
I've known a few carpenters in my day.
Oh,
They frequent prostitution areas pretty frequently. I was never once a carpenter.
Yeah,
Just for the record.
he may have heard through the grapevine.
May have heard through the grapevine.
But it was frustrating. It was frustrating.
I can see.
I
hated
wanted to get on there and talk, and I'm never really one to tweet back at people.
Mm-hmm.
But I started seeing shit, and I'm like, you know what? It's irritating me.
Mm-hmm.
Because and I don't want to make this like a male women thing, but when dudes
All right.
male
Male,
female
female.
thing, you know what I mean.
We don't got to
English.
bring genders
Hey,
into this. This is about work. This is about profession.
but
This is
yes.
about somebody losing their job.
Nonetheless, you're making fun of somebody that might lose their job,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll go into the details of what is actually going on with that new policy.
Yeah.
But you're making fun of somebody that's might lose their job.
Mm-hmm.
They may have to provide for their family,
Yep.
kids, parents,
Themselves.
You're making fun of them, and two, it's like, hey, like, how tough do you feel like talking down on a girl? And I'm not saying it that it's a sexist thing, but
No.
you know,
Well,
guy
there's guys that have OnlyFans too.
yeah.
That there was bro. I've seen tweets of guys saying like, just bought my second house with OnlyFans money, and it's
Good
there.
for
I'm like,
them.
bro, I've never. It's a very corny thing to hate on how people get money.
Yeah.
Like no matter what you do, like it is corny. Like I've never hated on how people get money. How you go about talking about how you get money, that could be viewed as like negative, corny, however you want to say it. Like
Yes.
if you were to say like, oh, just paid like just made your mortgage with my in a month or something like that. Like if you're flexing, like I promise.
Don't do that either.
I tweeted when I saw. I was like, I promise you, all that hate isn't the flex that you think it is. Like you hating on people for, like this is how they made their money during the pandemic. I had never heard of OnlyFans in my life until the content creators went over there and started creating some content that some people may subscribe to, may or may not.
And that was their choice.
And it 100% their choice. And some people made their money. And I'm all for the content creators now. They're running up the bag right now. They're getting as much content out as they can because it's October, right?
That's when their policy starts. Yeah.
October. So you got a month and a half to make as
really
much
get
money as possible. And like, why would you hate on that? Like,
To me, it was so simple. You gave content creators the power now. They weren't relying on these production companies now, whether they wanted to be in collaboration with some for better videos and qualities. That was their choice.
Yeah.
But you gave them so much power.
yeah, they were independent creators.
That's what I meant. And I was like, oh, bro, like this is a win. Like now this could be universal for a lot of people if they chose to go into it.
And the way capitalism works, there's going to be other websites, other platforms that are going to see this. It's the same thing, odd parallel, like when what am I thinking about? When when Zelda's closed down, somebody had to pick up on Latin night.
Yes, they did.
And guess what? Disco does it every Wednesday at Moxie's Voodoo Room.
You better go.
Voodoo Lounge, I mean.
Voodoo Lounge.
Yep.
All enough when this drops, that same night. There you go.
That same night. When you
Wednesday
listen
night.
to this, Go if you want to see like a visual representation of what it's gonna be like now that another platform's gonna come and take OnlyFans what they were doing and run with it and have success. Go see Disco Wednesday, 9:00, Voodoo Lounge.
You won't regret
Moxie's.
it. Hey,
It's right where the what is it? Broken Yoke.
Yes, I can't guarantee a lot of things in this life, but what I can guarantee is that you will not regret being there. That's what I could
have a great time. And I already saw people like in the tweets putting like other platforms that are similar to that, and it's like, oh well, they're gonna eat now. Like they're gonna get all these people. Well, they're gonna kind of disperse out. Like they're gonna choose which way they go, whether it be Patreon here, there, whatever. But it's just such a weird thing to hate on how people make money. It's so weird. Like, and it's how you were saying earlier, like men for whatever reason will find a way to hate on how women get money. They want women to have money, but they'll hate on how they do it.
Yeah.
Like
It's
no matter what they do, like they'll talk about whether they're a secretary, whether they're this or that, nurse, like and they'll make fun of it. But it's like, hey, bro, like, do you want her to have her own money or not?
You're damn. It's very like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because
As a woman,
because think about it. You tell somebody your job, and it's like, oh, that's not sexy enough for me. Like, it's a boring job. But then they have something like this. It's like, oh, that's too much for me. It's like, hey, bro, what do you want? Do you want them to be successful and have passion and have a career or not?
Yeah.
To me, it's just very beta energy when I see all this. It's a lot of insecurity on male's part. I did not see
it
one.
It also comes from women making more money than men. That's what it stems to. Is like if you asked, like men, like, oh, I have to be the breadwinner. I have to be the one that makes the most money. Like. That like it's so they seem superior. It's like, hey, bro, I'm sure enough with myself. If I settle down with a woman that makes more money than me, by all means, hey, I'm gonna support you to make even more. Like, hey, keep going for it. And I'm gonna level up too because, hey, Travis Scott did it.
That's for damn sure.
Travis Scott did it. Kanye did it, and he's a $5 billionaire. And he's also divorced, which is the answer. But but it's just like, why wouldn't you want that? Like you can like men are so stupid. Like they can glamorize like, oh, I want a woman that has her own money but not more money than me. I want to I look up to these power couples. I want to be a power couple, but the power dynamic needs to shift in my favor.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like who like I've said this, I stand firm on this. Men are trash. I understand when women say that, and men are trash.
I'll say that to say this too. There's also trash women out there.
Yeah,
but we're only gonna speak on our gender.
No, I'm gonna speak it like, hey, bro, men are trash. There's some good men out there. It's a very small percentage, but a lot of men.
Boys.
Hey, DM's wide open, and men are trash. And it's like, and I get it, bro. Like, oh, we're what do they call it? Like white knighting. Like knighting, we're trying to like, oh, we're standing up for women. No, bro, it's just we're spotting what's corny.
Yeah,
like it's just corny, bro. Like, and I would do the same thing for women that hate on men. Like all those women that made fun of the SoundCloud rappers and this, that, and the third. It's like that's corny too.
Yeah, you're trash for doing that too.
Don't make fun of how anybody makes money. It's just in this moment, this instance, men are making fun of women because they're losing out on how they made income from a year now for the pandemic.
And the most corny part about that, I feel like they think like, oh wow, these women are gonna lose so much money that now I actually have a chance maybe with them because they don't make all that money. It's like, oh wow, so the only thing you think you could bring to this that gives you the upper hand is you have more money.
Yeah, you have a comfortable, sustainable income or whatever.
Like more than her. So
yeah.
All right, well let me know what the longevity of that one is.
Yeah, like if that's what your relationship, the foundation it's built on. Hey, bro, the minute she finds somebody else that makes more money than you, if that's what you're looking at,
if that's what you're into.
Hey, bro, look, hey, she was bringing a lot to the table. Start looking at what you bring to the table.
Besides just money,
like what do you bring to the table? Like, all right, bro, you got a full-time job and what?
There's plenty of people with full-time jobs.
Yeah, like, oh, what personality do you have? Like, what do you bring to the table? And that's just both in any relationship dynamic,
male and female.
What do you bring to this?
Female,
what do you bring to this fucking table?
Yeah, it can't just be one thing.
Yeah,
it's just corny to me. I see the jokes. Sometimes I laugh, but it's corny. Like sometimes a joke is hilarious. Sometimes, and you're like, you get a chuckle out of it, but you're like, that's not right.
Like I shouldn't be laughing.
I shouldn't be laughing at this.
Hey, look, this is the only benefit I could say to that is at least you have a conscience about it, and you feel guilty for it.
Yeah, I have a conscience about like, oh, I shouldn't have laughed at that. Yeah. I feel bad.
But at the end of the day, sometimes humor is humor.
You know what?
You can't fight.
You know what I am laughing at, and I don't feel bad. But I have a conspiracy theory about it. It's the same thing. It's the crack epidemic. It's the same thing as when
With
they
the
had
crates?
yes, I was leading up to it when Antifa put all those bricks everywhere in random areas and nobody investigated it. It's kind of like the J.P. Morgan when all that coke boat.
That coke just went missing.
That coke just went missing. Millions of dollars.
Hundreds
Hundreds of millions. Yeah. Hold on. There's coke on J.P. Morgan boat. Hey, just take it off.
Take it off.
Hey, where the fuck y'all getting milk crates from?
Do you think and I don't want to be misinformed, but do you think it's like an East Coast thing or like down south? Like, do people?
No, bro. There's people everywhere. There's people in prison doing this.
No, I know. Well, that is funny. No disrespect, but that is funny. But what I'm saying is like all these people doing this. Is there like certain areas that like do people still use crates for milk?
There's still like people that deliver milk.
I
think that's like maybe southern, maybe I don't know.
That's
ignorant Californian here.
That was my rebuttal to that argument of like where are people getting these crates? Well,
you can find them. Like you could go to like what is it like? I don't know. Restaurants have them, and some like liquor stores and stuff like that. Like because it literally comes in milk crates.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, but why do y'all have them? And why do you have so many? And what's going on here? Like that's. To me, it's mind-boggling, and then to see all the challenges and see people bust their ass. I've only seen one video where people had not somebody made it of people that are like just in case the person falls. Yeah, like they catch them. Only seen one video. Everybody else don't give a fuck about you,
bro. The worst ones are when somebody intentionally kicks the shit out of them when they're at the top.
Piece of shit kids.
Kid or not, I'm hitting you. I almost snapped my fucking arm in half.
Hey, after I get up when this internal bleeding settles down a little bit, I'm beating the fuck out of you.
When I'm not discombobulated, I'm gonna fuck you up. If I get my hands on you,
it's a high fall, and it's high.
Hey, have you seen a graceful fall?
No, not once.
That's the best part about it.
Even the people that run through and like at the end fall, I'm like that still look like it hurt.
Like you could snap a wrist, really. Like,
bro, you're gonna be for $200. You're gonna go to the hospital for $200.
Dude, ICU is already kind of fucking packed right now because of COVID, and we got fucking morons out
like
here.
even if you don't have enough people to like kind of like catch, put 2 inflatable beds right there or something, like something to ease the fall. Like, yeah, like it's crazy, and I think the government put it there to send these people to the hospital. Why? Don't know. Can't tell you. Why does the government do anything? I
can't tell you why.
That's a conspiracy theory, not this fucking vaccine. Crates. Where are these crates coming from? How'd they get there? Think big picture here. Why would they put them there?
Why would they put them there?
Exactly. So they bust their ass.
You gotta start asking these questions.
Hey, start fucking thinking, bro.
To me, there was no benefit of those crates.
They're mad because we're drinking oat milk, and these fucking farmers are like they can't sell us this fucking 2% in whole milk.
Hey, bro, they can't.
I saw signs at like these grocery stores that say local farmers need you to buy this milk because we're overstocked with it and it's gonna expire soon. Yeah. It's like, all right.
Hey guys, guess what? Humans weren't made to drink milk past infancy. I don't know if you know that.
What?
We're the only mammals that drink milk past infancy.
Hey, bro, go figure, bro. Only ones that drink milk past infancy, and we're the only ones that pay to live here.
Which by the way, is bullshit in that aspect.
Hey, you start looking at created credit scores. Like we have all bountiful sources everywhere.
But credit score. And then you just look at pandas, and you're all, hey, bro, I have never seen a panda once sad.
Yeah.
Even when they fall, they're happy. Riddle me that. If I fucking fall, I'm like, I'm worried because I might.
When you fall in milk crate.
There you go. That's,
there you go.
Honestly, as fucked up as to say, that's natural selection.
Yes, bro. Smart. Like I saw Vic Mensa do it. I've seen some people try it. I saw Wyco Osiris bust his ass.
Oh, I think everybody did. That was hilarious,
bro. It's like, yeah,
I'm gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh. Like you shouldn't be doing this. Vic Mensa made it, but yeah, bro. I just don't do it, especially if you don't have insurance. I think the $200 or whatever is worth it.
And it's not even the $200, but it's like, bro, if you break something, one, the pain, two, now you have a cast on for months. It's like,
I expect kids to do it. When I see grown adults do it, I'm like, why?
Very grown adults I've seen do it.
Like
you're well into your 50s.
Yeah. Why are you doing this, sir? Like, I get it. You want to be hip, young. Oh, it's cool. It's a little challenge. No. You're gonna bust your ass. You're gonna break something. Your bones are fragile from drinking all that milk.
There you go. Hey, as a infant, go ahead, drink all the milk you want.
Hey, bro, kids can fall like that and get right back up. Broken arm, get right back up, though.
Hey, but a grown man at 45 years old,
You're going to have to help them.
it's going to be a problem.
Or they're going to be there for a while. Get a stretcher.
Bro, now that I think about it, because of this crate challenge, so you're telling me that the conspiracy is that the government does all these challenges to distract us from something? Like, I'm thinking about the cinnamon challenge. I'm thinking about the fucking morons used to do the Tide Pod challenge. Natural selection, there you go again. It's like, I'm starting to think about it. All these dumbass challenges, there's no way there's that many dumb people
They're
in the
trying
world.
to distract
right?
us.
They're trying to distract us.
Hey, somebody go look at the time frames from all these challenges and what was going on in the world.
Exactly.
What was going on?
I don't know the correlation between COVID and the crate challenge, but I guarantee you there's something there.
Bro, I wish I had like a little hat to put on,
Like a thinking cap.
Here we go.
I could run
The government institutes challenges to keep your mind away from what's really going on.
And what's really going on?
Afghanistan, bro. They don't want us to pay attention.
Which also just shows how dumb we are too, because we're so easy get distracted. Squirrel.
Yeah.
That is America. I just thought about that.
You know what it is? They're trying to get all the anti-vaxxers so they can implant those fucking chips in them.
That's what it is. Because they want to
Hey,
follow.
you're gonna get to the hospital somehow. Hey, you're gonna break something, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I'll be
Hey,
damned.
why does everybody with this crate challenge start on level 10? Like, I saw some videos of like I'm starting at level 1, and it's just like do. That's it.
Yeah.
There's people automatically stacking it 6 feet high, 8 feet high. It's like, why?
Got a point to prove.
Hey, that's the challenge though. Oh, but I mean, you want to build up to that? Nah. Why?
Why would I do that?
Why?
It's natural selection. That's all it comes down to.
And, hey, they're gonna implant y'all one way or another. Y'all thought you can escape.
Yeah, and you know why they're gonna plant you with chips? You know why they can follow you around your house, whether you're fucking going from the toilet to your kitchen constantly throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're so important.
You're that important.
Mm-hmm. You are, folks. No, honestly, everybody's important out there, but
You're important.
But the anti-vaxxers is a different story.
And these anti-vaxxers, y'all running out of excuses.
Here,
As
go ahead. I'm gonna turn down the AC. It's a little hot in here.
you're gonna turn down.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
The fuck? It's at 46.
It was at what?
At one point, I clicked it down, and it said 46. I was like,
Is that Celsius?
I don't even think Celsius would be that proper.
Sure.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't know. But the anti-vaxxers. Pfizer? I'm a Pfizer poppy.
FDA approved, baby.
FDA approved as of Monday.
Hey. Oh, but that's funny. You don't think the FDA is like working with the government?
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, bro. Look into the conspiracies.
You know what?
Educate yourself, dude.
You're right, bro. Silly me. When the Vatican approves of it, that's when I'll be convinced.
Exactly. And you need to start looking at these things, dude. You're not seeing. You're not seeing. You're not. Connect the dots.
Wait.
Connect the dots.
Wait, the Vatican. Didn't they all get the vaccine in February? Oh shit. God damn it.
Now what?
Fuck. You know what? When Trump starts endorsing it, I'll believe it.
And only then will I do that.
Wait, you tell me he just had a rally the other day where he encouraged everybody to go get the vaccine?
Shit.
Motherfucker. That.
And if
What's the name of the guy that betrayed the United States?
Benedict Arnold?
Yeah, what a fucking Benedict Arnold. That motherfucker. Hey, you scramble Benedict Arnold around, you know what you spell? Donald Trump.
Do it, folks. I guarantee it
Hey,
works.
do it. Scramble those words around. Donald Trump.
Probably won't. But
Hey, you have an extra couple letters in there.
Fucking.
Hey, it spells bitch.
Hey, bro. If he's endorsing it, a lot of people are endorsing it. All it comes down to is people are gonna think what they want to think. You're not changing their mind.
No, that's what I told you forever.
You're not
It's
gonna
like
change their
at the
minds.
end of the day, just tell me no matter what comes out, you're not doing it.
Yeah, that's fine. Now I
It's
know.
easier. It's just so much easier. Don't give me bullshit excuses. That's pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Don't send me like, and I love watching videos of the people that speak so eloquently and use big words like a prescaptuating and then
Fantastic word.
somebody takes that video and does a reaction that's an actual scientist and says, "Oh, that's wrong.
False.
That body doesn't do that. Your cells don't even do that."
Mm-hmm.
What is that word that you even use? I don't even know that word. Oh, that's a proper word. Okay, now you got it together now. Okay, nope, wrong. Actually, it doesn't even happen. We actually know how long it lasts. It takes 2 weeks.
Hey, bro, ain't that about a bitch? We see this constantly go on. Somebody says this, somebody says this. How about we just have a panel of scientists?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we ever get that? I understand it might sound like a boring thing. Like, you don't want to fucking hear a bunch of scientists talk about this. Maybe
There's some
We probably
people. I'll
should.
be honest with you. I can see how some people would not be interested in hearing educated people speak, because they don't yell at each other.
That, and they're too dumb to comprehend what's going on in the conversation. They're gonna get lost. They're all like, no disrespect, but like, let's say a super harsh like anti-vaxxer. He's gonna hear these conversations, these intellectual conversations. There's no way he's gonna be able to keep up and use things for his own argument's sake.
Yeah, no,
Won't
and
happen.
if you were to have like an anti-vaxxer watch that video and say all those same words and say, in this way you should get the vaccine, nah, fuck that. But if you had somebody say all those words and say, and that's why you shouldn't get the vaccine, fuck yeah, I'm with this person, fuck yeah, don't know those words, but yes. Yeah, hey, that's what I've been saying the whole time.
Y'all just saying, listen, he just said it a little bit better than I did.
Hey. But I say that to say, Coachella, Golden Voice announced you have to be vaccinated, not negative test, vaccinated, to partake in Stagecoach and Coachella.
Yeah,
Coachella,
that, or you have to have a negative COVID test 72 hours before, or within 72 hours before the concert.
and that's your bank. Like I was having a conversation with Fernie, and I'm like, people that are banking on just negative tests, you're banking on a lot. Like, what if you get a false positive, and you have to miss out, and you're not getting your money back?
What happens if your local CVS gets it back to you in 6 days?
Yeah.
Instead of their promised 2 to 3.
Exactly.
That you're banking on.
You're banking on a lot. Oh, you're not going to get refunded your ticket. You're not going to get refunded your hotel because you probably didn't get the insurance plan with it.
Not at all.
Exactly. I'm like, you're banking on a lot for this to happen, and it's like, oh, you missed out on $1,000 now. Plus,
Like, you're telling me that the local CVS Wednesday before,
Is
or
gonna
that
be
Tuesday before,
packed.
is going to be packed. Every single CVS or free to COVID location in the valley is going to be packed. You're banking on a lot.
not just there, but Southern California.
Yeah,
in
in
general.
general. Yeah.
Because it's a world-renowned festival. You're not the only person trying to go.
There's a shit ton of people from LA,
Yeah.
from IE, OC.
And like Live Nation announced that you need to provide your same thing as Golden Voice, your vaccination to be able to go into their venue, because it's indoor. They said vaccination, not negative test, vaccination. So it's like, and Live Nation puts on majority of all the concerts going on. So it's like Live Nation, Golden Voice, and a couple other ones, but those are the main two.
Yeah.
And Golden Voice is a subsidiary of, I think, AEG.
AEG.
AMG. I'm thinking fucking Benzes. Look at me.
I'm all relaxed, fucking Rick Ross.
Hey, that's MMG, you fucking moron. You dyslexic fuck.
Hey, we're the ones leading this podcast, guys. I'm so sorry.
Hey.
Actually, I'm not.
At
sorry.
least we admit to being dyslexic. I'll admit it all the time. I'm dyslexic.
I'm
at
constantly
the worst times.
I don't even know what you what you call my diagnosis. I just speak poorly in both languages. I don't know what you call that. Stupidity.
Stupidity.
Call it what you want, but at least I try.
He's moronic.
You are awarded no points.
Yeah. And may God have mercy on your soul. But yeah, like, it's just you're banking on a lot. And if the way I look at it, if you're anti-vax, you're standing solid on that, you might as well just not even plan on doing anything this year.
Yeah.
Unless it's outdoor, like going hiking and going to these certain places. I was conversating with somebody that's she's in the medical field and she works at one of the local schools, and how kids are feeling afraid of going to school because there's some kids not wearing masks because their parents told them, no, you're not wearing a mask. And it's like, well, hold on, like, none of us are vaccinated. Like,
They're not. You're not eligible to get the vaccination, I think, until you're 12 years old.
yeah, and I see some people, bro.
population.
It's such a cringe video seeing those parents. Like, parents, I get it. Mama bear instincts, Papa bear instincts kick in when it comes to your kids. I get it, 100%. But
we also have dumb people with kids.
yeah, and it's like, I want my kid's teacher to see her beautiful face when she walks in the door. It's like, okay, do you want her to continue to see that beautiful face?
Because if not, she's gonna end up in the ICU. For
Yeah,
keeping this up.
or one of your family members is gonna end up in the ICU because your kid is now coming home with all these diseases.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like it's supposed to be like a moving video, and then like when I get from it, it's like, oh my god, there's a lot of stupid people.
And then
their reasoning is stupid.
Like there was one of them too where it's like, I want my child to be healthy. I want him to breathe clean, fresh air. I think this was like a part in Texas. I don't know if you guys know this. There's a reason why our gas tax is so high and our gas prices in California are so high, because there's so much things we have to put in our gas. So it's not a complete state of smog.
Yeah.
Which is what you have in Texas.
Which is what Texas is.
Yeah. So
from gas, I think from the cows as well, like they're farming.
Yeah. Well, just everything. Just whether it's manufacturing, industrial, their laws are insane. Like they could get away with a lot.
It's lazy fair.
So it's lazy fair with the bitch. So when I saw this chick do it, I'm all, do you realize like he's probably breathing worse when he takes his fucking mask off. I was like, you're dumb.
Yeah,
you're
bro.
Dumb.
It's pretty dumb. It's like, do you know how small those particles are that go through? It's gonna go through the mask. It's like, well, do you want to have a fighting chance? Like I get it, bro. Like, hey, a bulletproof vest isn't 100% bulletproof either, but motherfuckers wear it, right?
Hey, I could still get shot in the face.
Yeah.
But hey, shot in the chest. Oh fuck. Thank God.
Like, hey, let me explain it to you. Like, let me speak dumb talk. Okay, you know when you fart with your clothes on, and you know when you fart naked, it smells different. It's because there's nothing blocking the smell coming out. I know you're stupid, and I know you've cupped a fart before. All right, that direct inhale, you're getting all 100% of the stank. Now, when you wear your underwear, hopefully, and some denim jeans, it ain't getting through there. It's gonna smell just a teensy bit,
tiny bit,
teensy
hey,
bit.
You know what you
because the clothes is absorbing it.
You know what you gave yourself? A fighting chance.
Hey, you gave yourself, and if it's a real stinker, imagine. You know what your first thought is? I'm glad I'm not naked. Would have cleared out the room. You gotta speak stupid. You gotta speak stupid. To some people.
You gotta speak in their language.
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe that's the type of press conferences we need.
And the older I get,
Could you imagine if we had a news network like that? That's a genius idea. Like it's
instead of an anger translator, a stupid translator.
A stupid translator. Yeah. Like like you said constantly. Like, all right, now tell me this. Talk to me as if I'm 5 years old. Walk me through this.
Yeah.
Exactly what you kind of did. There should be a network dedicated to this.
Oh, hold on, bro. If the Blue Collar Comedy Tour did, it continued, and they were pro-vaccination. And went around and communicated to these people. Yeah. Bro, if you're telling me Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy and Ron White go up there and tell you go get vaccinated, those are their heroes.
That's what I'm saying. There's no. Oh my God.
No way.
There's no way.
Ain't no fucking way.
There's no way. But you know for a fact that shit would work because you gotta lead the sheep. There, a lot of them. I was
talking to my mom about this. I'm like, the University of Alabama, their football team's 100% vaccinated within the first 2 weeks. Because Nick Saban realized there's no other way around this, and I'm not going to lose a competitive advantage to anybody else in this fucking country.
Because your dumbass doesn't want to get vaccinated.
The players didn't have a choice. Hey, you're getting vaccinated or you're not playing. You're off the team.
Like, I know he said that. I know that's not how it is, but behind closed doors, he's like, oh, no, that's what it is.
No.
And guess what? The guy's fucking old as dirt. And you know what? Even he has a vaccination.
He's old as dirt. 6 national titles. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I got depth here. Like, you're here today, gone tomorrow. You can transfer out. God, for all I give a shit. I'm winning with or without you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's the same. It's like, bro, some people are just understand, like, oh, if that's what all I need to do, okay. Science is the most tested. Like, you can't just have a theory. You can't just have any. Like, it has to be tested and like backed by hundreds of scientists, thousands of scientists that like have to test and combat all this stuff. And if you have the whole world working together with modern technology to develop something, like what are we talking about here? The world is coming together. It's not just one country. It's the world.
The world,
Craig.
The world, y'all.
The world, Craig. Top flight scientists of the world, Craig.
Hey, not
everybody's trying to develop this and it's also like an arms race because it was the first company to develop a vaccine, got like all kinds of funding. So like, oh, but that's why it's not safe. Hey, motherfucker, like it has to be verified and like, yeah, there's gonna be some hiccups along the way, Johnson & Johnson. But like, who was gonna trust a one-shot deal? Were you gonna trust a one-shot deal
from people that make fucking baby lotion?
Yeah,
you're not gonna trust somebody that fucking provides fucking oil for your fucking baby's ass.
Yeah,
you're not gonna do that.
No.
To me, it always sounded skeptical from the start.
Yeah,
that was when it first started. But then when like Pfizer, it's like, oh well, Pfizer's been around fucking forever. And to me, I'm gonna keep it very simple. If you're gonna be like that, be consistent. Oh, you get in a car accident, you gotta go to the hospital. Oh no, hey, don't give them any of these drugs. No, you don't know what's in those drugs. Oh, but I'm gonna die. No, but you don't know what's in it. How dumb are you? You don't know. Hey, you don't know what's in
It's
that.
the same thing. My mother and I we talk a lot. We were talking about some religions. They're
It's a bad religion.
they have on their like driver's license, their IDs, like, oh yeah,
Organ donor?
no, if they're in a terrible accident and they need blood, you're not allowed to give them blood. You're not allowed to.
That's right.
It's like their DNR. They're like all kinds of stuff. Like, hey, if this is my time, this is my
Yeah.
time. And I told my
I'm
mom, I was
DNR
like,
too, I
look,
do not
I know
reply.
some people. I know some people that like that. Okay, what'd you say?
I'm DNR too. Do not reply.
Do not read my text.
Do not read my text, and I
Hey,
do not
Apple developed this when if I die,
There's a DNR button.
my phone self destructs. It wipes clean.
Hey, bro, I'm not even mad if that shit explodes. I'm dead.
Dead.
What are you gonna kill me further?
He died with a heart attack and his leg exploded
Exploded.
because of his phone.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, almost immediately. He lost his fingers trying to delete his texts. But
Yeah, hey, Apple, to keep doing what you're doing. But
keep
if
doing
you
what you're doing, fam.
hey, the next iOS feature, I better see some shit.
But I was like, look, I know, but if this person's child, and I was talking about a specific person, was on their deathbed, are you really thinking that they're gonna say no? Don't save him. Don't let him die.
Are you saying
No parent's gonna say that.
right? Like if their kids in the hospital.
Exactly. I was like, I know this person, like, and I know they're anti-vax, but also it's like, no, don't be consistent around the board. Like if you're saying like, oh well, like no, I don't trust it because of Western medicine.
Western
But
medicine.
if your child is on the brink of death, like on their deathbed, and they need to be, if they need to be resuscitated, or they need blood transfusion, they need this and that, or they need the kidney, you're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
You're not gonna say no. So don't pick and choose. Don't be selective. Like,
Now I'll ask you this: what if
Ask.
a parent is consistent and said, you know what,
hey,
I don't
I
want
respect that. I respect it. It's like, hey, bro, you're consistent.
Hey.
I will like the older I get, I respect consistency. Just be consistent in whatever you do.
hey, you want to be by the book. That's the life you want to live, and if that's the choice you want to make for your, and at that point, it's like, well, I hope the child's old enough to at least be a part of this decision. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, mom and dad, if I'm dying,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I believe with what you're doing. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What?
My son made a noise. I'm like, goddamn, I'm hungry. all this dying talk makes me hungry.
I really worked up an appetite.
Hey.
Um,
What else are we talking about?
oh,
I think.
yeah, what the fuck else we talking about today?
So far we shit on beta mentality of.
we shit on on misogyny, and that's pretty much it. We talked a little bit about did you want to talk about Coachella and like the whole
already did.
the post? No, the post with like the farm workers,
Okay.
which is
Do you
wait,
want to touch on that? Yes, we can.
we could touch on it. I don't mind.
Okay, I had an extensive conversation during your birthday while you were drunk with
Allegedly,
allegedly with somebody who made the post, and we had a conversation about it, and I expressed my thoughts, and I said, look, the intentionality of this post I support. I support
Bring
bringing
awareness.
awareness.
Yeah.
Yes, I support bringing awareness. Fully support it. But with anything, when you bring awareness, one thing that needs to be there is a call to action. What is your call to action? If you're gonna bring hysteria, bring attention, also direct people. Like when you're bringing awareness to what Black Lives Matter and stuff, and people also post, here's where you can donate. Here's where this is that. This is what we're doing. We're marching here. We're doing this. We're protesting. Bring a call to action. All right, you're gonna bring this. You're gonna rile this all up. Now we're just riled up. What are we gonna do? What like
I tagged my 3 artists.
yeah. And,
Okay, that
and it's like, okay, now you're just hoping that your 3 artists do something.
like why would they speak on behalf of us? They're not from here. Why would they? Why do they care about it?
But and that was my whole thing. I was like, look, I fully support what this message is.
The
Like,
start. It's a good start.
It's a good start, and I'm like,
It's build.
Yeah,
It's build
no,
upon
no,
this.
and her argument was, but this is kind of like, and I told her, I was like, it's boring. And this is why it's not being talked about enough. When you tell people, go to your local city council meeting, contact your local city official, do that. That's boring. But hey, if I tag Bad Bunny and he sees this, that's cool. If we bring down Coachella, eat the rich, that's cool. Go to the local city council meeting. I'm busy. Got to jerk off.
Can't do that.
Can't
Oh,
do it.
hey, oddly enough, they have the minutes for every single city council meeting, so there's
Yeah.
no excuse.
There's no excuse.
Like to me, it would have been like I agree with what you're saying. They should have built upon it. It would have been very simple if tag your 3 artists and then have like a petition link to where it's like, oh, an artist could like put that link out and be like, hey guys,
Yeah.
look what's going on. You guys want to sign this petition? Let's say there's 140,000 people in India. If there's a fucking petition with 7 million people, it's like, oh shit, a lot of people know about this.
And that's
Wouldn't
how
that be
that's
smarter?
yeah, and that was my whole thing, and I'm gonna reiterate this. We are in full support of what
Better-
the cause is: better wages, better living conditions, better
For
everything
everybody.
for everybody.
But there's got to be a
we're local entrepreneurs that are starting businesses. When we hire employees, we want to give them. We're not going to pay minimum wage.
God,
we're
no.
paying way above that. We're giving what's the term?
profit sharing.
Profit sharing. Like we want to be able to healthy business practices. And
I want people. You generally want people to be happy with what they're doing.
exactly. So it's like, and when it comes to them, when it comes to the farm workers, yeah, you guys don't understand how bad it is, which that video shed light on how bad it is for them, which is good. And at the end of that, in the post, instead of saying tag your favorite artist, tag Coachella, no, tag your local city. Your local city official is going to see it before Bad Bunny does.
And they also
It's
have an
gonna see it-
Instagram too.
Yeah, they have Instagrams as well.
Now imagine if your local city councilman had 17,000 notifications. You don't think he's gonna feel some pressure, some type of way?
And I love that. Like I love applying pressure in these kind of messages and bringing
it.
awareness. I
love
love
it.
that. That's what we need to do. But also
Keep
we
that energy.
also need to
Direction.
And
let's-
and I don't know who these people are that created the video.
think.
I thank them for making the video because it's something that we've
Hey,
all talked about.
yeah, we've talked
Like,
about it in
That
our
was one of your
communities.
arguments when we talked about food service workers tipping and like the people in the farm workers deserve way more money. It's like, yeah, okay. That goes on to like, yes, I was like, I'm not against that either. I'm for everybody making what they should be making.
Yeah, but we're at this establishment, so let's talk about this.
Yeah, we're here. We're talking about this. And now, if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. I'm not educated, but I feel like it goes on to their employers. It goes on. There's stuff that
It's a whole system.
exactly.
It's
it
very
goes-
sad.
and it's sad, but and it needs awareness. And that's the thing that this post was doing, is bringing awareness. It's just my only thing was, there needs to be a call to action. And another thing I took away was, what the fuck is Indio doing with $200 million a year? What are they doing with it? Because I don't see it in the streets. We don't have the nicest of fucking streets. I don't know how much it costs to, do asphalt, but I still see like Indio looks the same. The only things new I see are when outside businesses come in.
You know what city I always tend to look at, and I'm always amazed at how they tend to always fucking improve? Palm Desert.
Yeah, Palm Desert always does.
Constantly. And I'm like,
How?
Well, I'm thinking about it. Don't get me wrong. Their property taxes and everything else, they make a lot more than ours. Just natural
But
value.
they pay a lot more.
They pay a lot more. So I can understand why they have more resources. But I'm all, maybe.
Constantly fucking
But
improving.
I also want to say that there's something to be said of their constant improvement.
They probably have active community members that go to these meetings and demand certain things, and they speak up. Like, think about us and our demographic out here. Like, some like, if you think about like our parents, they're too tired to go to meetings, bro.
Yeah.
Our parents aren't. My dad for sure is not the type to go to a meeting and speak.
Yeah.
It's the last place my mom wants my dad is speaking.
No, there's people that have the luxury
Of
those
having
people
the
have excess amount of time.
Yeah, like, you think our parents, after working a long ass day, a 40-hour week, are gonna want to muster up energy? Like, oh yeah, by the way, let's go to the city council meeting.
Yeah.
No. It's these other people that work a specific type of job, or like they're owners of companies. They don't really do much. It's like, oh yeah, let me be active, or they're retired and they're active in the community. Yeah, I get it. There's a disparity between the two types of communities.
Yeah, no, that disparity of wealth creates opportunities that
Yeah.
we're not awarded. Granted, but that's just the point of the matter. That's the situation. Like, now, if we know that, what are we doing about it? Because if we're not going to be proactive about it, then you can't complain either.
In the side of Indio that is being developed is Shadow Hills. What's Shadow Hills? The nice gated communities, the nice where people go to retire, people that are wealthy live over there on that side of the freeway.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of the freeway, you have all the workers. That side and down, you have all the workers.
Yeah.
All the laborers that are too busy, too tired. And the way I look at it is, it's up to us. Realistically, it is up to us, because our parents are like, I really don't fucking care. Like, if you were to ask them, they care, but not enough to do something about it.
Yeah.
Like, when the the march happened for George Floyd, my mom was like, I care, but I'm not gonna go march.
It was middle of summer. I
Yeah.
work a full-time job. I understand, Mom, you're a
Yeah.
little older, but we worked outside. We still went to it, sweated our ass off. But you know what?
But we're also young.
We're young, and you can make that sacrifice.
Yeah. So it's just for me when it comes to anything, I guess that's just my thinking of being a second level thinker of, okay, yes, here, but also what's next? What's after that? Like I just don't have an idea and then but that's it. Like no, let's think about what's the next step here. Like, okay, we're bringing a call to action. All right, now what's next? Who do we contact? Where do we go? Are we marching down to fucking city hall and kicking down the door? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What's going on? Are we going to these city officials' houses? Like, what's going on here?
Or are we just reposting?
Are we just reposting and like, hopefully somebody does something about it?
Yeah.
And I saw how many times that post was viewed, shared.
A lot. I saw it constantly everywhere.
And even if 1% of the local people that reposted and shared, that's a lot of fucking people,
bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, if there
and
was,
you show up to City Hall, City of Indio, and say, "Hey, bro, where's the 200 million?"
yeah, can you show me where that money, how it's allocated? Like, I'd love to see the formula.
I
behind
would
it.
love. There's nothing more I would love to see.
And then okay, now I know. And then at that point, it's like, okay, do you think maybe we could think about maybe reallocating some funds? It's like, does 80% of it need to go to this?
Okay, and then
this?
speak of these farm workers. What are the name of the companies that own these farms? And let's go down there and see, like, hey, we're standing up for these people. That's a call to action.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like. If you bring that up now, it lost steam now. We're a week later.
Yeah,
we lost steam.
People are focused on crates.
Yeah, no, it's like you lost. It's that moment. We talk about it when it comes to like our drops. Like I feel like when we drop a video in that moment, link needs to be there automatically, because you have that buyer's high, you have that, and when it comes to this, you have your civil activist high of, no, I need to fucking do something about this.
There needs to be justice. There needs to be something.
People already had a whole weekend. People live fucking 5 lives already, but by the time it's already Tuesday.
Yeah, that's how fast the world works.
Yeah, that was my only thing. It's like you can kind of see, and it wasn't even to be negative. I shared it. I didn't comment my fucking favorite artist to do something about it, but it's like kind of like, and we saw a city council member today at the gym, and I was tempted to go up to him and like ask, like, hey, bro, have you seen this post?
And you know he has.
And I know he has. Like, just looking at him, I know he has.
Yeah.
And he's our age, so it's like he's probably one of the guys that's actually advocating and like trying to.
Oh, just to say that he stirs up the pot, I'm sure he does.
And
because
but if I were to see somebody like,
but I respect that, because it's like, you, like, no disrespect, but you cannot have a single type of person in these committees, because there's no progressive and there is no innovative thinking. You need to have different people from different communities, different heads, different backgrounds, and that's what drives innovation. That's what always drove innovation.
That's why America was so successful.
And it's so successal, and that goes no different to politics. And I'm glad we kind of we that's a start, but there needs to be more.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I'm like, okay, they brought up how much Indio makes. All right, how much does Coachella make? Like, Coachella pays.
The city of Coachella.
Coachella, the festival, pays the surrounding cities a certain amount of money.
Oh, they have to.
They have to. How much are these other cities making? You brought up Indio. Yes, it's hosted in Indio for those that didn't know. So Indio is going to get majority of the tax.
But guess what? There's a lot of the amount of infrastructure that goes into bringing in all these sheriffs into surrounding city. Because if you notice, when you go into Thermal during the concerts, there's a lot more fucking cops in Thermal.
Yeah.
You go into La Quinta, there's a shit ton of more cops in La Quinta. It's like this costs a lot of money. So they're good.
Even if you told me that Indio had to allocate $100 million, okay, you still have $100 million.
Where's the
every
rest?
year? Where's the rest? Even if you were to tell me an exaggerated number, Adam, it costs $100 million. Like, okay, cool, still $100 million. Do we just have that in a savings account?
Yeah.
Do we have it in crypto? Like, where do we have this money?
Is this an ETH? Because if so, we might be doing good. We better cash out.
And then cash out now, or hold on to it. Once it gets to 5,000,
cash out.
Cash out.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back into it, and then we'll get to 10K. But what I'm not just.
This isn't a crypto podcast, not yet.
It's not yet. But like, you mean to tell me Indio has diamond hands? Is that what you mean to tell me? But it's like these other surrounding cities also benefit and make money. And and one of my arguments was, okay, we already know because you work with the Polo Grounds. You talk with these people that are from Golden Voice, so you kind of already have a little bit of inside information. I remember articles 5 years ago where the city of Coachella, when India was pressuring Coachella for more money, and I'm like, okay, you keep poking the hand that feeds, this thing can just move. They don't own the land. They don't own the Polo Grounds. They can
have exclusive rights to it.
They have exclusive rights to it.
That's it.
But they can move this somewhere else, which they've threatened to do.
Yeah. Oh, and you don't. And this is not insider trading information or anything, but I'll just say this. Oh, you don't think people of this magnitude have not thought about a backup?
Yeah.
When you make that much money, you're successful for a fucking reason.
You have 2 to 3 contingency plans.
You have contingency plans, and you're gonna be a-okay. Don't worry. They're good. India, if they ever wanted to try and fuck them over, they're gonna be a-okay.
And I think that's another thing too. Is like that's not. Some people don't know that. Honest to God, they don't think that.
Yeah.
So they think like, hey, if we pressure them, they have no choice. It's like, hey, bro. Hey,
okay.
If you're gonna tell me a business that makes
$4
billion from 2 festivals a year, not including everything else they do, is gonna be pressured because we took away their toy in the sandbox, motherfucker, they could buy the sandbox. They could go to another sandbox.
All right.
And it's like you're pressuring the wrong things. Okay, it's like if somebody came up to me and said, like, I'm a business owner. Somebody came up to me and said, hey, you need, or if kind of work on this example, this idea. Okay, kid came up to me and said, hey, you need to pay my dad more money so he can provide better. I'm like, hold on, I pay your dad a lot of money.
Yeah.
More than I pay everybody else.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he does with his finances, but I pay him I've met every demand that they asked. He makes disgusting amount off of me.
Hey.
Like, I'm still making my money.
Yeah.
And everybody else all my employees are still making their money.
Absolutely.
But whatever he does with his money, that's on him. You go ask the dad, oh, dad may have an alcohol problem, or this money, he may be a gambler.
There might be some backstory.
He may be in the black market here. He may have invested his money all on black, and it fucking hit red in Vegas, and we're negative.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't think cities? It's just like banks. When banks go bankrupt, your money is not inside the bank. They invest that money to make more money.
Shocker.
I remember we were learning about the Great Depression when everybody was pulling money out, and somebody made a video and like they were explaining how banks work. It's like, well, it's not just your money, it's Tommy's money, it's this money, it's everybody's money in here, and then this money,
it's all a lump sum of money.
And we take percentages of that money and we go to make more money because we're not making a shit ton of money off you having your money in here.
No.
So it's like,
but if we have everybody's money, then that little percentage is actually a lot of money.
And it's the same way I view it. It's like, okay, if we're the same, I hate to tie it to religion, but if it's just like, if you look at it, it's like, hey, bro, like we're kind of pointing at the wrong thing. Same thing with the farm workers. We have to go to whoever's paying. The discrepancies in the amount of pay. It's not what they're doing with their money.
Yeah,
it's the amount of pay. It's like, okay, how much are you making and how much are you paying them? It's almost a flip. It's like, okay, you're obviously not you're not paying them enough money. You're not giving them proper livable situations. It's on you.
Yeah,
that's who we need to go after. And then when it comes to the Coachella in the city, it's like, okay, no, hold on. My beef's not with you. It's with my city here.
The beef isn't with Golden Voice or Coachella. And the only argument that could be said, and this is still going to tie back to the city, the only argument that could be said, when you have these concerts and when you have these things, the problem of gentrification and unaffordable housing is a problem. That's the one argument and discussion I'm willing to have. Because outside investors come in, they buy a house for a high amount of money. Short-term rentals, and they drive up the price. And guess what? Now I can't even afford a house in my own city because outside investors are coming in that aren't even using it. And that's what you don't want. You want to have family neighborhoods. You want to have those things for a better local community. You don't want to have an Airbnb that only gets rented out 3 times out of the year. That doesn't help local property taxes and local businesses. That argument I will have with you 100%. Yeah. But again, that ties back to the
city council meetings,
because there's laws in place that will prevent things from like that from happening, or there's got to be a way to work it out to where you can find a happy medium. Yeah. But again, your beef isn't with Golden Voice nor Coachella. They're not taking advantage of the infrastructure.
No, they're not taking advantage, and I can see the parallel of. This is the two sides of Coachella. I love that.
Yeah.
I love how they framed it. 2 sides of Coachella. The glamorous side and the side that the foundation of Coachella. Absolutely. What this valley's built on. This whole valley was built on farming.
Yeah.
So farming and railroad.
Majority of it still is.
Yeah, and majority still is. So it's like, yeah, I love how it's framed. I love the message. I love the cause. I just need a proper call to action in what we're doing. More direction, please.
Absolutely.
We need one direction. Where the fuck are we going?
Well, you need one direction. Honestly, I don't know if Niall and what's his name, Zane.
Hey, bro, Harry's here.
Hey, bro,
Harry, I saw.
Killing
Hey,
it.
there's a video of him right on
Killing it.
Monroe. Right on Monroe.
Hey, Harry. I always knew that guy fucked.
Oh, he does. He fucks hard.
That was my guy, and he was. You know what? It was never the one you suspected. You would think it'd be Zane. You think?
Oh no, you thought Zane had edge? Oh, I mean, he kind of acted like it. He does have edge.
He
but,
does.
I mean,
Don't neglect him either.
I wasn't expecting it for fucking.
But then you
Niall.
No, hey, come on. Niall's over there fucking simping doing something
And
else.
Niall may have a really bad coke addiction, but it doesn't mean he has edge.
I'll say this: he has a hell of a voice. Makes a great song.
Mm-hmm.
And Harry, well, that man just know how to live.
Hey, and nobody expected from Michael Cera. I'm just kidding. It was just this is the end.
Michael Cera at the Jersey Shore. But yeah, I don't know.
The Jersey Shore, that video.
But yes, folks, we're not trying to be anti the post or anything. I'm just saying that thoughts need to be well thought out and improved on. And a week's passed. If you're able to repost it, then doesn't mean you're not able to go to a city council meeting or just I don't know. There's more that you can do.
Yeah.
We're not gonna push anybody to do anything they don't want to, but think about these things the next time things like that come up. Like you always want to have like progressive thinking. Like, okay, what's the next step? Like, what's the big picture here? What do we want to accomplish here?
And
Like, think about that with everything.
And I love how you brought up Palm Desert, but one city that I see also developing that a lot of money was put in is Coachella. Whenever I go to Coachella and I just look around, I'm like, oh, they're putting money in here. They care.
Yeah.
Do you need to answer that?
I might need to.
No.
I'll put on. Hello.
All right.
What's up? Hey, dude, are you home? No, I'm at the office.
Oh, okay. Hey, dude, sorry, folks.
Do you have a cooler at the pad or not? Like a big one? Do I have a cooler at the pad? I think we do. You might want to check the garage. I'm not at the house right now. I'll let you know when I get home later. It should be one there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll text you. Guys, I understand that was a little bit unprofessional, and I'm not trying to disrespect and waste your time here. But with that being said, I don't really get certain calls from certain people. So if I get a call, I'm like, oh wow, wait, is something going on?
Me?
No, I do. Like if I don't really get calls from certain people, and it's like, okay, that's random. Like,
Well, why are you calling me?
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I think I need to answer this.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
It's all good.
Won't happen again. It probably will. Sorry.
Either way, that's a good segue into our next topic. What's our next topic?
They don't even fucking wait for me to fucking finish drinking water. Our next topic is.
Are we going back to the haters? All the hate. We need to stop all the hateration. With Shikari.
We could. That we don't have.
Was that what you were looking at?
Honestly, I was looking. I don't want to go back to this, but I was looking at the PJ Washington one.
Okay.
Because as much as we bashed on men in the first half, deservedly
Men and
so.
anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, deservedly so. There needs to be accountability on the opposite end as well. You gotta
Of gold diggers and what is it? Cradle robbers.
Yeah, it can be a.
It's very predatory.
It can be one-sided.
It's very predatory. I brought this up. This is kind of an older topic, but it's prevalent.
Yeah, or preface this because I don't think a lot of people know who.
Okay,
PJ Washington.
PJ Washington is an NBA professional basketball player that plays for the Charlotte Hornets. All right, he is on a rookie contract. This man is 18, about to be 19 years old, and if
I'm sorry,
he's coming to some money,
naturally,
$4 million contract.
Well deserved, hard work.
Hard work.
Good for you.
Worked all his life for it. Right?
Entire life.
Entire.
Hey, mom sacrificed a lot of hours.
I'm sure.
It's insane.
Dad.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Insane the amount of hours these people put in.
And he got into a relationship with a woman named Brittany Renner. And if that name sounds familiar to you, it should. She dated Lil Uzi, and she frequents dating celebrities and male athletes. Nothing wrong with that. I realize that.
No game.
When you get to a certain status, like we were talking about, when you get to a certain status of dating,
you ain't going back.
You're not going backwards. And if you do, that is by choice.
Yeah.
You are choosing to go backwards. But you very rarely do you see a woman move backwards.
They won't.
And same thing with, well, I mean, sometimes men will fuck anything, but settle down wise, if this is where you're at now, this is where I'm going to stay. Why would I go back? You know? I don't think she realized. No, she did wholeheartedly. But it's a very big difference between Lil Uzi and PJ Washington.
Yeah.
It's a very big difference in
Granted,
money.
one looks like a very grown man. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
The other doesn't.
The other doesn't.
Neither
One of
here
them can
nor there.
afford to put $20 million into his forehead. The other one can't.
Yeah, not yet.
And we hope one day he does. But what she did was she trapped him with a child and married. I think they got married as well.
I think they did. I
But
forgot.
either way, I just know a child is involved. I think they did get married. Child's involved. Divorce. And the court awarded her that he has to pay her $200,000 a month. Not a year. A month. For this baby. Granted,
What's her age and what's his age? Well, we know
she's
his
28
age.
years old.
So it's a 10-year difference.
10-year difference.
So literally the year he became legal.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about the video that she made before she was with him?
Oh, it read my mind. Thank you for setting me up for that. There's a video of her sitting in her car that he's probably paying for. And
No, this was before they met.
oh, this is before they met?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She made. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why it's so bad. Is she talked about this? Oh, she's already been had this plan of
Oh,
trafficking.
obviously, if you yes, she said if she's like, ladies, if you want
to bag an athlete.
to bag, like, if you want to, just come up on the bag and be secure, fuck an athlete. They're stupid. They're dumb. They're just dumb. And that's what she did. She wrote the the Steve Harvey playbook. Think like a man. Think like Britney. And she went by it, bagged him. And I don't know how a court determines that he has to pay $200K a month when his entire contract, it's not annually he makes $4.2 million. His entire contract is $4.2 million. And he has to give her $200,000 a month? The math ain't adding up.
Nah, it's not adding up. And I will say this: they also do take into consideration all his endorsements, deals, different things that he have. They look at his.
But he's not a superstar NBA player.
I'm not trying to justify the
Yeah.
amount. I'm just saying they have to look at his complete financials and his assets, and then determine from there. So they're gonna go based off that. That doesn't mean $200,000 a month is not gonna fucking devastate him. Like he's gonna. A lot of people go broke paying alimony and child support
If they do pay it.
Yeah, if
there's
they do
some
pay
people
it,
that just rather go to jail
yeah,
for not paying.
I get it.
Because
if at that point it's like, hey, bro, like I'm working imagine this: you're working your ass off trying to be the best version of yourself, doing the best you can and provide, knowing damn well they're gonna take a lot of your money and you're just gonna be fucked. So it's like, what's my motivation to do what I do?
Yeah.
Now you just took who I am out of me.
I feel bad for the
sucks.
guy. It's not talked about like it's really not talked about enough of predatory behavior, whether it be older men, younger women. That's somehow celebrated when it's like a girl that's like 20 something dating like a 40-year-old, 50-year-old dude, a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's somehow celebrated. It's celebrated when women take advantage of men, older men. But when it's women taking advantage of younger that don't know any better, that just came into money and don't know what a condom is.
I'll say, and you ladies, you will understand this more than we will. The difference between a 19-year-old male versus like like you hear it all the time, like, oh, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio is like with like a 24-year-old woman. The difference between a 24-year-old woman and a 19-year-old male is so far in terms of maturity.
He might as well be 15. He might as well be 12.
And I could say that speaking on behalf of my gender. You've seen it all your life. I've seen how immature we are. Naturally,
I'm still immature.
and yes, we are. But a woman at 24 years old, there's not all women. There's such a difference. The gap is huge.
Well, men, their brain isn't fully developed until they're 25.
Yeah.
A man's brain. Go figure. That's why they're all making fun of these OnlyFans women. The frontal cortex, yes. And it's just like you don't fully develop until you're 25 mentally. Just because he's fucking tall don't mean he's a grown-ass man.
He might have muscles like a grown-ass man. That doesn't mean he is one.
You big, strong Nubian man. If you've seen, what is it?
Pixels?
Pixels, yeah. Like
A true testament of what God can create.
Is this the country's best army or the cast of Magic
Magic
Mike?
Mike.
But like, and we're still immature. Granted, I'm never gonna put myself in that kind of situation.
No, we're not.
And it's like it's sad to see somebody get taken advantage of. Any person, anybody get taken advantage of, feel bad for. Same thing when it happened with Johnny Depp and what's her fucking name, the actress,
Oh,
something Heard. Amber Heard.
Amber. There you
Amber
go.
Heard. Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Fucking, you don't take advantage of Jack Sparrow like that.
How dare you? Should fucking throw your ass to the Kraken.
And we were standing up for Johnny. It's like, bro, like, yeah, this is a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
And
Age, gender, nationality.
Nothing does.
Injustice
nothing matters.
is injustice, and let's just leave it at that. But it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, and I fall in that category too. Is I'm not as compassionate to males as I am to females.
Shocker.
But I know that, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get better at it, and I've made that improvement.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody ever thinks about it.
No.
It doesn't run through their head.
Do you think you would have thought about that at 19 years old?
God, no.
You're like,
I hated myself. You don't think I'm gonna fucking hate the rest of my fucking species?
yeah.
That I got beef
No.
with?
I'm saying, do you think you would have been in the presence of mind?
Oh, if I was him?
Like if you were PJ Washington and growing up, like,
Bro, do you think I would be able to do it now?
I hope.
Yeah, I would, no. Yeah.
But what I'm saying, hey, at least pull out.
Bro,
Look,
she's not taking
least.
half of my Dodge Ram.
Exactly. or my dog or my Doge. But like, you think about it, and it's like, think about him being that age. Like, he's seen Brittany Renner when she was dating Lil Uzi, and the rumored video of her and Tiana Trump. It's like, bro, this is a fantasy. I mean, his teammate's actually fucking Tiana Trump.
Yeah.
Which, shout out LaMelo, he's a fucking goat. He's a legend. His
Legend.
dad put him on game. He taught him right from wrong, and he's got 2 girlfriends at the same damn time, like shooting like I'm Lou Will.
Hey, his dad's raised him right.
Dad's raised all 3 of them right. But LaMelo, he got that edge. It's just more feasible when you get a topic for another day.
It's a topic for not the podcast.
But even then, those 2 women are way older than him.
yeah.
And it's like, everybody's like, look, like, oh, he needs to be careful. He probably is the most careful out of anybody on that team.
I don't think he's dumb.
No.
He has to, and you don't think his dad had a conversation? They've been killing that man for years because he can't shut up.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna shut the fuck up now once he sees this going on?
God,
Hell
no.
no. If I'm the dad, I'm gonna keep doing what I do. I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you what the fuck I'm seeing, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you what you need
And
to
he
hear.
and he also saw Zoe have his kid first year in the league, and he's like,
look
I
how that
will
damaged
not
him.
let that happen to me.
I'm not saying kids damage you.
No,
but
no, kids aren't-
But when you have such a great responsibility of fucking leading a franchise and you have a kid, you're gonna see how now I'm an asshole because I can't dedicate enough time because I gotta dedicate to another.
And
the
then,
pressure
and then the thing that's not being talked about, which I always say, having kids is selfish. Shout out to Ari for saying this. Having kids is the most selfish thing you can do. Now think about that kid, PJ Washington's child. Like it's a physical representation of what he thought was like in a good relationship with.
like I was born out of love. I like to think that.
I would love. I love to think that. Born out of love, but honestly, it was just some late night lust.
Yeah.
and I'm a hey bro,
And I'm okay with that.
casualty of war.
Hey, but here you are now.
Hey, here I am now. But in the
the
same
dream.
thing for that child, it's like, well, hopefully the child has a good enough sense of humor, and hopefully they didn't go through as much trauma as I did to have that sense of humor. But
We could hope.
you could hope. But it's like, hey, bro, like that's fucked. That's a fuck. He, her, whatever. I didn't see.
Yeah, I don't know the.
But
the
it's
gender
like,
of the
bro,
baby.
Like, that's fucked. That's so selfish on her part. Like, and she instead in the general consensus of what I saw was people reprimanding her and like calling her like you gold digger. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
He's fucking 18 years old.
Because think about it. If you're gonna go as far as to do that for money, or for fame, or whatever you're doing it for,
Security.
I can't imagine you're the most compassionate and well thought out person. Now it's your job to raise a child. I know that child's not gonna be raised. Hey, hopefully she proves us wrong, and hopefully she's a great mother. You could hope. You never
can
know.
hope.
Hopefully, when she, obviously now that she's a mother, it changed her. Maybe it changed her perspective, because that does happen. So you got to give her maybe that possibility. But how sad is that that's her mother? Like, fuck. I know that I was just a casualty.
Yeah. I was a means to an end.
Yeah. So, I guess thank you for bringing
That's
me
fucked.
here.
That's so fucked. You know what I thought of? Liar, liar. I thought of liar,
Oh,
liar.
shit.
That's what I kind of thought of. It was reversed, like the younger woman taking advantage of the older dude.
Yep.
And I'm like, bro, like, PJ, just say you lied, bro. Say you were 17 when this happened. It was non-consensual. You don't know her shit.
Nah, don't do a face. I'm not gonna say the R word, but you can't do those false claims.
Yeah.
False claiming.
Yeah, like it's this bad. Prayers up to PJ Washington. Prayers up to Dennis Schroeder.
Like,
Fucking himself out of
prayers,
an
prayers.
$80 million contract.
Hey, he lost out on an $80 million contract, and PJ Washington's in an $80 million contract.
Ain't nobody
18
winning.
years.
Ain't no one. Hey, you know
But
why?
he's losing the money.
But you know why those guys are in that position? They probably don't have a good support system around them. They might not. They might not have somebody that's like a big bro. It's like, hey, bro.
Or maybe
like,
somebody did. It's. I remember.
could be both ways.
I
It could be
remember. I
arrogant.
remember. My uncle not giving me the sex talk. I already had the sex talk, but I remember him saying, like, about make sure you always wrap up and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm always gonna do it. Like 17-year-old me, like, fuck yeah. And he's like, you say that now, but when it's in front of you, like, that's it's gonna take a lot of mental fortitude in those situations.
Hey, bro, but we also, if we said women also lived a certain life and they're not gonna go backwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with guys. It's like you don't want to go backwards, but you have
That's
to.
not what I was alluding to, but
Oh.
I'm just, yeah. No, I
Just
get
be
it.
careful, man. Be
Yeah.
careful with who you're doing that with.
Be very
And women.
very careful who you do that with. Somebody that you care about.
Yeah. Or not to be fucking thinking about this, but it's like if something happens here, it's like, okay, at least I know I'm not with somebody that I'm having a fucking child that I don't want. At least, but it's with somebody that I respect, and it's like, okay, we can at least co-parent here.
Yeah. Or you trust that person and you've had those conversations of what are we practicing? Are you on the pill? Are you doing this?
Yeah.
But what am I doing the pull out? What's going on here? Like, what are we
Dialogue, guys. Just have dialogue.
doing? Yeah.
It's not that hard.
And don't listen to her when she says, come in me. I understand it's going to take the grace of God for you to just fight it and to just like, oh, fuck, I'm sorry. I didn't even hear you.
Hey, bro, but what am I to do?
Yeah.
What am I to do when
And
I
that's
say,
the one time
hey,
you listen?
No, but what am I? Maybe.
Listen.
What am I to do if I'm like, hey, this is about to happen? Obviously, I don't say that. I say something else. but for the viewer, I'm not gonna tell them I'm giving up.
Hey, this is about to go down.
Down. And then what if she does one of those?
Apollos are ready to launch.
But what if she does one of those? Leg
Oh.
locks?
Hey, bro.
You've been in it. I know you have. I'm sure there's other males that could say this. It's a thing.
Mhm.
And at that point, it's like, now I want you even more.
Hey, why do you think I practice jujitsu? You got to learn how to break her full guard. Hey, she's got you in full guard, bro. You got to get out of that thing.
Hey, try to get it to at least a half mount.
Hey, bro, I can't. I can't nut if I'm practicing jujitsu. I can't do that.
You can't?
I mean, I can, but
No,
I've
you
trained.
could.
I've trained my mind to.
I hope
at
not
least-
during jujitsu practice.
Not during jiu-jitsu practice, but
Hey, bro, not now. Yeah,
I've trained my mind to if I'm in a stress like
podcast has gone to shit.
it's gone to shit. But hey, bro, you gotta learn how to break guard.
Oh no, I've learned, but sometimes I don't want to. And that's just how it is, folks. I don't know. I think we've rambled on too long. We've got to the point of the
Way too
podcast
fucking
where we're
long.
delusional. Do we have anything coming up? We didn't do on recap.
I don't know. What are these shoes on the table?
Oh fuck! Glad you brought that up, Adam.
Look at us. We waited till the end to talk about it.
Yeah,
I mean, it was right there on Front Street.
We're
for
good.
you
We're
to
not.
see.
We're shameless plug, but we have some decency and some dignity. Well, we wanted to kind of do something different. And by the way, these are just like sample. Like we honestly wanted to do it for ourselves, but we kind of made it and showed a few friends. And I'm not saying this is gonna go out for sale. They probably won't.
No.
We're still kind of debating it, but we just wanted to. It's kind
Try.
of like a cool art piece for us that we kind of cultivated and created, and we just wanted to not show it off, but it's like kind of like this is our just like this isn't a form of an exhibit. This podcast is our form of an art exhibit with our art, and
In your art.
I was. That man died.
That was a test.
Hey, that man died a long time ago. And it's just kind of something that we wanted to do. Our rendition of Air Force Ones, with wings, barbed wire, our own tags, just things like that. Things that are on brand for us. All right, I don't know if you're fucking stomping the yard over here. Just things that are on
I
brand
just
for
wanted
us.
them to see all angles.
Yeah, always important. Watch your angles.
Make sure you get the right angle.
But we just wanted to kind of show to the public and our viewers just a cool piece that we made. It's sometimes it's not as it doesn't have to be business and promotional. It's not that deep sometimes. Sometimes you do art, and we do art plenty of times for nobody. We do it for ourselves or for each other or for our friends. This is kind of just one of those pieces where we wanted to kind of just show people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the idea of selling it come in our heads? Of course. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just something that's cool. It's like now, like
This is my pair.
we're gonna do Arturo's pair, and then I have a second pair that I'm doing, and it's just something cool. It's like, yeah, like I saw people making bootleg shoes. It's like, well, I could figure, like, let's try.
Yeah. Do our own rendition of
Yeah,
it.
let's do, like, if I were to do a bootleg, like, what would it look like? what would I do to it, or what silhouette shoe would I use, and it's like to some people it's like, oh, that's all you did to it, but it's like, hey, bro, so, like I listen to a lot of sneaker podcasts and platform like a talk like it was Complex Sneaker and Full Size Run, but they talk about the Nike Air Force One as being the perfect shoe
To bootleg.
no, just the perfect shoe in general.
Oh, okay.
And you can't do too much to it. You just can't. Like, if you do too much to it, it's overkill and it doesn't look good. Like, it looks good the way it is, and if you improve on it, be very careful because it's very easy to fuck up. And when I see these shoes, it's like, this is enough for me to where it's like, it's not too much.
It's not overkill.
It's not overkill, and it's just enough to where it's like, I feel very comfortable wearing this. And then when I do my next pair for myself, it's like, this is just enough as well. So it is what it is. I mean, it's cool.
Let us know if you guys like it. We just kind of wanted to share it. Whether people like it or not. Like, it's cool just to show and just kind of put out there.
Yeah. It's not that deep sometimes.
No, never. It's never. Sometimes it's just not that serious.
Yeah. If who cares, bro? It's like that. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, I'm wearing my own shoes.
Yeah.
Like, so I customized it. All right.
It's the same way as if when we wear our own clothes.
Like, I wanted to wear something I wanted to wear.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, okay, some people go to do the Nike ID and like just write their name on a shoe. That's cool too. I mean,
Yeah. You like what you like. We like what we like.
some people may never do it. Some people will do it. Hey, it is what it is, bro. But this is ours. Like, that's cool. I can't say I've done a lot within this year of stuff that I never thought I would do. I've done a lot within the past 2 years of stuff that I never thought I would do, that I just had ideas of doing. So it's like, if I have an idea, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. What's the worst that happens?
Yeah,
Doesn't come to fruition. Doesn't go the way you think it's gonna go. All right. Well, I tried.
that's fine. That's perfectly fine with me.
Hey, you can hate on us for trying, but or you can hate on anybody for trying, but I don't know. It seems very rudimentary and very fucking.
Hey, the
To me.
focal point of this podcast is don't hate.
Don't
It's
hate.
not the flex you think it is.
That's the name of the podcast. Maybe not as long as how you put it.
Yeah,
but
I'm just gonna put it's not the flex you think it is.
yeah. There you go. In summation, that's what this podcast is today. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed. We might be having a special guest on this next week or maybe the week after. One of the 2 weeks. One of the 2 weeks, we're gonna have a special guest. Great guy, solid guy. We're not gonna say who yet. You'll just have to wait and see. But with that being said, we got any final words before we sign off to the folks, to our 50 million viewers that we love, respect, and adore?
Be healthy, stretch, and don't hate.
You heard it from the man first. With that being said, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Until next week, y'all. Deuces.
Later.